soapbox for?
It's my soapbox. If you have important things to say, you use the
Intro
soapbox.
so clean. Welcome to episode 132 of the Soapbox. Here with your boy Sonny Tay.
I butchered the last episode.
OD, bro.
I was listening back. I'm like, damn, I'm like
You
10
said
episodes off.
141.
OD, bro. He was so sure too. He was like, nah, it's 140, bro. We definitely in the 40s.
Nah.
It's your boy Sonny Tay. We got Karan in the building, aka Amal, with the red hat. You know what I'm saying? No MAGA, but it's still a red hat.
No MAGA.
Chicago shit. We got Solange in the building, aka Solange, with the dope hoodie. Who is that? Is that Kiwa?
It's Kiwa.
Kiwa, you know what I mean? Chilling and all that. And we got a special guest. I don't know. We got the homie Quan in the building, chilling and all that. How you doing?
Not rich
How you
homie
doing?
Quan.
Not rich homie Quan.
How y'all doing?
Chilling. Thank you for taking the trip. I mean, you live in
you,
Jersey
thank you.
already, so it
It's
wasn't,
nothing to support.
wasn't too bad. Thank you for pulling up, bro.
We support each other. It's free at the end of the day.
Exactly. How's everybody doing? How's their week? How's their weekend? You know, Karan, what you do, man?
Shit, man. You know, same old, just worked. It's been a pretty hectic weekend. I feel like
Good hectic or bad hectic?
maybe a little bit of both. I feel like there's just been a lot going on in the world. I mean, in my life personally, and in just the world in general. So it's been a little crazy, but you know, I'm surviving. We're getting through it. How y'all
Okay.
doing? What y'all been up to?
Who you asking me? or
Y'all
Solange
still
first?
outside? Both of y'all. Y'all still outside?
Come on, you know I'm always outside.
Solange is outside.
COVID free though, always.
Always. I'm good, man. I'm good. I was outside last weekend. Went to a little fight party. Saw the boxing fight with a bunch of friends. Realized that, you know, I'm just not. I can't drink like I used to, man. Like, I woke up this morning and it was not.
Bro, we getting too old for that.
I'm getting
shit,
too old, bro. I'm really getting too old for that. I mean, not getting old to drinking, but like, you know, getting on that type of level of drinking, I think I'm getting way too old for that because the next day mornings just get worse and worse every fucking day.
Yeah, especially if you don't do that like too often.
Yeah,
like, if
bro.
you do it every once in a while, like you're gonna
Everybody's
feel
getting
it.
used to it,
You're
yeah.
really gonna feel it. Yeah,
That's a fact.
yeah.
Quan, how you doing, man? How's your week?
Yeah,
Good.
man.
I'm not outside. I'll tell you that much. I play the crib and I create art. You know, no matter what it is, whether it's music, fashion, painting, I just stay in the crib.
Have you like? Has this been is this a result of COVID? Like, were you like this before, or were you has COVID like forced you to settle down a little more?
Yeah. Now I've been in the crib before COVID. That's why life has been great. I just put my focus into other things. My 24 hours is used differently, you know. So I really don't go out as much as I should to network, but I get so
same way.
comfortable to stay inside to
I
create,
agree.
and I
Yup.
can do that all day.
Would you consider yourself like introverted? you
Yeah.
think? Yeah.
But it's weird because I also can carry a conversation.
Yeah.
And I could be the life of the party if I needed to be. But if I don't need to be, I don't need, you know, I sit back.
Okay.
Respectfully so, protecting your energy. I felt that.
So you say you work, well, you work on your craft 24/7. Do you when's the last time you took a vacation?
A couple years ago.
Damn.
Actually, no, I'm lying. Denver was the last trip that I took. It was
Was it-
actually really nice out there.
Yeah, I heard it's nice. You went through the summertime, winter time?
Yeah, summertime.
Okay, so it wasn't cold and shit.
Yeah, it was before COVID.
Okay.
That was the last vacation I took.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like just like a vacation where you could just relax, or did you do some?
It was a
business shit?
vacation at the time.
Okay.
Those be the best. It's
Yeah,
okay.
no, it was
okay.
a really good. No complaints.
Okay.
No complaints. Denver is beautiful out there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask you everything you did out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was just a great time.
It's a great time. Okay, cool.
Nah, the reason why I asked about vacation because me and Karan had a conversation on the podcast about like, you know, I'm always telling Karan he gotta take vacations because this man hasn't been on vacation in a long time, right? Because he's always doing his business as he should though.
Yeah.
But I feel like at a certain point, some people need to enjoy the fruits of their labors and
That is
enjoy
true.
the success that you brought. And sometimes you just need a little break, you know.
That is true.
And I get the downside of taking a break because that could also hinder your business. You know, no days off. You know, the next day something bad could happen, and now if you're not on top of your shit, it could fuck up in the future. So, do you feel like vacations are needed for someone who's an artist?
Yes, I do. So my vacation personally is twice out the month. I will go sleep all day. That's my vacation. I think
Okay.
about where I want to go, and I
Yeah.
go to sleep. Nah, this
I
is true
respect
story
that.
because it's like I literally work around the clock where my sleep isn't sleep, it's actually naps. So it might be 30 to 45 maybe an hour, and I'm back up doing
How are
stuff.
you alive?
I probably God, most likely. Him.
You sound like a true West Indian right now. My man said he dreams about his vacations, man.
Yeah, nah,
That's some West Indian shit, man. You know that?
Nah, it's true, and it's most likely by the water. Like, it's always ends up by the water, just chilling.
I'm crying.
When I was in Trinidad, that's what actually changed my whole perspective of life. I was on the beach. I was in Tobago.
Ooh, let me get
And
an
I
air
was-
horn for
I was-
Trinidad and Tobago real quick.
And I was on the beach, and literally I got lost. Got lost.
You got lost
like,
on the
Got
beach?
lost on the
no,
beach?
when I say mentally, like, it
Oh,
was just
okay,
like, yo,
okay.
the reality in the city compared to over here,
Yeah.
they
different
definitely
worlds, so
got it
different.
over here in
Yes,
the
sir.
island, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But they
Yeah.
just don't have the resources, so that's why it's
Yeah.
like more precious to go out there. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's not an
Yeah.
everyday thing.
Yeah. It's definitely like a slower pace of life,
Yeah.
and it makes you think more about like just life itself.
I didn't
it
have to
makes you
worry about
appreciate.
sneakers, clothes. I was in the tank tops, chancletas,
worried.
and shorts out
Just
there.
chilling.
The chancletas.
Yeah, like nobody's worried about status out there.
No,
No.
bro.
You know?
Everybody's the same.
Oh,
And
I
I
got
like
a
that.
question. Since we all Trini here.
Whoa,
Not
not
Dante.
all.
Okay,
Trinidad.
sorry.
Dante.
Dante's from America. My bad. Let me stop. Sorry. Going back home, are we really that stush? Because you're like, no one's worried about nothing. But I know Trini's, we got a rep for being mad stush.
Wait, what's
I
the
mean-
question?
So like you said, no one was worried about nothing over there. So it's like, was nobody worried about nothing because like, no one's bothered about what anyone else is like doing / thinking, and we're all on our own shit. Like,
Like
what's
noth-
it like at home?
Nah.
Like nothing's first, like
I would
materialistic.
say, I would
like,
say
views?
because they don't have the economy we have, is they're not pressed to buy the latest Jordans because it's almost like impossible to
Okay.
do that.
But
There's a
we're
lot of
also
poverty
like,
out there, you know. So if somebody comes over there, like say myself, and I went over there like fly,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
there's a high chance I'm gonna get robbed.
or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's
Okay.
like now you're bringing this into our
Okay.
space, and on the regular we don't care about none of this,
yeah, okay.
and they're not stealing to wear it. It's just for trade. It's like, look, I'm gonna get
Respectfully
this
so, okay.
off
some-
my hands
get
to
some bread
feed
out
my
of it,
family,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it's still considered a third world country, so
Yeah.
you still gotta respect that, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
But big ups to all my Trinis, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
facts.
Big up, big
Shout
up,
out
big
to
up.
everybody.
What?
I got you.
No, well, I guess we were talking about vacations, but
Oh, yeah.
No, my only problem is I do agree with vacations if you can afford to actually take them.
Yeah.
I think that's just my big problem nowadays, especially with like the younger generation. And I understand with COVID, like it makes people want to like go out more. But I'm just seeing a trend of just like younger people just going out just to go out, which I kind of have a problem with. But
do
it's,
too.
But it's like if you can afford to do that, then I'm cool with that. You know.
Going out to go out. So,
I had a question just from that.
okay.
Do you feel like certain events are like forced now because of COVID, that people are forcing themselves to go out just because they're like, oh, we get freedom. Now let's force ourselves to do something fun.
COVID definitely heightened it a bit because everybody was stuck inside for a whole year. Now it's like anytime someone has
Yeah.
a little opportunity to go out, they just go. And it could be
Yeah.
something really stupid, but they're just going to go because they've been inside for a whole year. So I think COVID
Yeah, I would say
heightened it.
COVID is was a punishment, you know. So everybody's sitting inside thinking about what to do.
Yeah.
And now that you have the freedom, is a no-brainer. Like, let's just go out. But they're still not paying attention to the reality of a germ, you know,
That's a fact.
like a virus.
Yeah.
So
Not
Yeah.
even that. I'm trying to put my like my younger homies on just like inflation, like how freaking crazy inflation has been the last few months, and like
Yep.
the little stuff people don't really pay attention. That's like people don't think it's affecting you until like you actually are really out there and like spending your money, and it's I don't know, man. I guess people don't really think about that at younger ages, you know.
not at all.
That's just a thing. And,
It's because they don't have responsibilities. We got to adult and shit now. We're adulting.
But we all really. Well, I mean, we all have responsibilities,
Well,
whether
well,
we really just prioritize them or not. You know.
Nah, speaking of me, I really didn't start to get responsibilities until probably like my sophomore year, junior year of college.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know,
Dante's
you,
been kinda
Karan, you
spoiled.
was, I was,
He was
spoiled.
kind of spoiled, don't
You, Karan, you had responsibility out the womb type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you was always hustling. Even in high school, you was hustling.
But that's
Yeah.
because I chose to do that.
yeah, you know, it's not everybody chooses to do that, but some people have to do it. So I guess it depends on somebody.
Yeah, like I tell people, you know, I'm spoiled through sacrifice. You know, I'm not just spoiled because my parents got this nice job.
Yeah.
I'm spoiled because my parents don't want me to experience what they experience. So they busting their tail to compensate me, you know, make sure I'm good and happy. So now, like, I feel like as an adult, I've turned the page where it's like I want to work just as hard as they did. So now I could, like, treat them to the stuff that they treated me to, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely all about long term. I think that's where a lot of younger people like kind of lack nowadays. It's just like long term vision. Like you have to think about not only like your parents, but think about your kids and your kids' kids.
Yeah.
You know.
You really think that?
I mean, I'm about to say because
man.
piggybacking on that with that working hard every day, like me and my mom always fight over that kind of stuff because I've seen how my mom and my dad bust their ass all the time, bust their ass for the
school,
shits.
I will say that.
Yeah, so that we could live a great life, and I thank them for that as well. But I also see the downsides of doing that. So there's
Mentally,
been times, mentally, of course,
yeah.
Stress,
mentally and physically, and there've been times when they look at me. You know me, guys. I'm just very go with the flow. Like I'm not gonna bust my ass. I'm not gonna work myself out till I'm brain dead. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
it's like a work hard, smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
And I believe working smarter. So I believe that how sometimes I agree with that. Sometimes you gotta just bust your ass these next 20 years, get that pension, and you be straight. You enjoy the fruits you love, and I respect that. The opposite end, it's like you don't really need to do that.
Nowadays,
I feel like nowadays, yeah.
Back then was different. Like especially like you have older parents, and I'm sure most of us. Well, I mean, our parents are kind of young.
Yeah.
Sorry, no disrespect to y'all parents. I
That's
love y'all
crazy.
parents. But I mean, like just having like I know your parents personally as far as like Dante. They have a very old school like set of mindset as far as like just bust your ass, like go to school, get your 9 to 5, like get your 401ks, your Roth IRAs, all that. You know, traditional shit, not knowing that, you know, it's just different nowadays.
Yeah,
It's so different.
It could be hard for them to, like, understand and comprehend that at times. So,
like, honestly, my mom would not understand how you guys work by just doing what you guys love, like business
and,
like that.
make a living out of
yeah,
that.
she'll go
like-
crazy over that because she just can't
Well,
comprehend it.
with that type of business, when you see the paperwork, it's
Yeah.
all understood. you
Exactly.
know?
Exactly.
Like my
Oh, for
biggest
sure.
accomplishment this year was filing for taxes as an entrepreneur. You know,
Fire.
that's
Same.
you know.
Definitely same.
Fuck with that shit.
Hell yeah. I recently had to get hire a freaking financial advisor. Bro.
Really?
Like, hell yeah. And just
How that
like,
make you feel?
I mean, it definitely made me feel better just because like I was definitely like more informed on like a lot of things, and just even like having that like it's worth it just having that resource and like being able to go to someone when you're not sure about like certain things financially, and like always having that availability of someone like giving you the right answer. So like it definitely like makes me like more comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's a good feeling. It's a lot of work, but like it's a great feeling once you're able to get to that point, you know. So hell
agree.
yeah, man. It's shout out to us, man.
Shout out to us.
Fuck it, we don't give ourselves enough credit, man.
Yeah,
That
I-
is true.
I- yeah.
That is very
I was
true.
telling people gotta celebrate the small W's that they get in life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people celebrate their small W's. So,
For sure.
I want to go back to that conversation that we was having off mic about entrepreneurs putting money in other entrepreneurs' pockets. I think that was our conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe you said you didn't really agree with that.
Yeah. Quan definitely I definitely
So I'm
want
on
you
the
to
fence.
elaborate on
Expound-
that.
Yeah, can you expound on that?
I'm on the fence. So like the example we was using, I'm not a big fan of strip clubs for personal reasons of growing up with women. So I'm not gonna put money into that business to keep it going. There's people that could do that, you know, for the business.
But
Yeah.
just
So-
personal reasons, right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
personal because it's like, you know, the whole concept of women just doing that and growing up with women, I just see it different.
Yeah.
You know, it hits different when I see it. You know, I think all women are beautiful at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be in that environment at all. You know.
I can respect it. I can definitely respect it. Okay.
So like I would put money into a business that has something to do with something I'm interested in, you know?
Okay.
I'm not interested in the idea of a strip club, you know.
What about just like, would you support a business even if you weren't necessarily into it, but if it was like, let's say a black woman trying to do, I don't know, something like makeup or something you might not be interested in, but like,
Oh,
you
100%.
would still support
You know,
it,
that's one thing I'm big on is support, not just the money aspect, because there's ways you can support somebody to get the money
God.
without giving them money, literal
Even
money.
If it's game or advice,
You know.
experience.
I tell people all the time, a shout out on Instagram goes a long
for
way.
sure, especially
Long way.
nowadays.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? If you post somebody's post, at least 20 people is gonna see it. Really see it, really read into it. From them 20 people, each person is gonna at least tell maybe 5, and then that 5 is gonna probably spread to either up or down depending on the social group. So a shout out is probably the most expensive free thing, if that makes sense. Just like time is
free
expensive.
thing. I like that.
Like time is the most expensive thing we have on this planet.
100%.
Because you can't get that back.
Yeah.
Never.
So like support, people think support means buy.
A lot of people do that. A lot. I agree. A lot.
And that's not the case.
It's not. And that's funny that you say that, because I had a friend and she just couldn't understand why other friends wasn't buying her product. And I was like, well, are they like shouting you out, or are they telling other people about your product? Like, yeah, but I feel like if you're my friends, you would at least buy a part of my product. I'm like, you don't have to.
Because they're not trying to spend $100 on
Yeah,
like a tummy tea.
you know what I'm saying?
That's why.
Yeah.
Shout out. I
And
feel
it's like
I
that
know what you're
argument.
talking about.
Damn.
Nah, it's facts though. But also, it's that argument where you have a boy that rap, and that's your man's, and you not really following his rap, like the way he raps. You don't think he's that good, but you still gonna support him. Like you still gonna shout his music, all the other stuff. But that don't mean I have to go out my way and buy your music if I don't like it.
I think that's the problem in today's society, though. It's like you gotta be truthful with some people, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't rap, you gotta let them know
Yeah.
that it's not so much of you can't rap. It's like you're not doing the things to be a better rapper. So you got the honesty part is missing in this whole society.
Yeah. It's PC.
And people do not love the truth at all.
Yeah, we
I'm
sensitive.
gonna tell you that right now. People don't like the truth.
Do you think it's just like the younger generation?
I
as
just
far as being
think
sensitive? Or just like the environment we're in. It's just we're just such.
I
a
think
PC
because of
culture now.
COVID, it unlocked a lot of characteristics that people didn't know they had.
I agree.
So the nice people became a little graunchy, The people who thought they were mean became a little better. Like it just everybody switched up during COVID. Because being complacent is a dangerous thing. Being comfortable is dangerous. So
Is it being comfortable or being alone? Because a
I
lot of
feel
people
like
can't handle being
comfortable.
alone.
I feel like being comfortable is dangerous.
Well, being comfortable is definitely dangerous. Yeah.
Because being alone can unlock the good in you as well as the bad. So it all depends on you at the end of the day. But I just feel like people not honest. Like, don't quote me, but a lot of music today, it's not good. I'm sorry, it's not.
It's definitely
Definitely not a lot of mainstream.
yeah. You could tell COVID affected a lot of these artists.
So I would say this about music, like just as an example, the creativity increase, but not the skill. You get what I'm saying? So we hearing new stuff, but is it good stuff?
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Drill music was new to the ear,
Yeah.
but you listen to it long enough, is it really good?
Nah.
I mean, it's hard
That's-
because music is
that's my
subjective,
argument.
though. So I mean, it might not be good to certain people, but to a certain
mean,
demographic.
yeah.
it might
Think about
be.
it like this, coming from like just us as we are now in our age bracket. We already know real gangsters back then
Facts.
don't do what they do now.
Facts.
I'm not saying that these guys ain't real gangsters now. Clearly they are. They telling you. There's no secret.
Yeah.
But don't you just chalk that up to just like evolution? How like, of course, I do believe in the idea that everything like it's a cycle when it comes back. But like just with even like cancel culture, PC culture, more just sensitive people, it's just a part of just evolution and how the world is going. So I mean, like, yeah, I mean, because I am like very old school set of mind as far as even when it comes to music and shit. Like I'm like, oh fuck, like the shit they were doing back then is like nothing what they're doing now. But
Yeah.
like I just low key hate to be that person, just to be like
Back in my day.
back in my day, like it's never gonna be the same. Like it's just part of evolution, though. Like
Yeah, but not all evolution is good evolution.
Yeah, that's true. Because think about it right now. Like, can you just talk freely? Absolutely not.
We can't.
I mean,
I mean, you
but
can,
you
but just get
can,
ready to
but
get canceled.
It depends
Yeah.
on what
No,
you have
no,
to
but,
lose.
but,
like,
but
Yeah.
hear how the world is working right now. It's like, sure, you can say whatever you want, but tread lightly.
Yeah.
But then a couple years ago, it's like they want us to be free, be true to ourselves. So what are we
feel
doing?
like- nah. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I feel like we can speak freely. You just got to be not even tread waters. Like you got to be ready for the consequences because
Well-
this generation is ready just to attack anything, just to attack anything.
But that's what I'm saying is like, why do we need to watch what we say if we need to be honest and like?
No, but at the same time, this generation is also like, they rather you say it now and get it out of light, and we debate and cancel and talk about it, because these people who are getting canceled are coming back. Like, we were talking about Kanye and how he's like repping all the Trump shit, and they were trying to cancel him for all that shit, and you said watch him come back having mad money, and he became a billionaire. So it's like,
it's not the younger people of this generation. I feel like it's between the older crowd is like behind this.
Canceling and shit like
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
I don't agree with that.
Think about it.
I can
Think
see
about
that.
it.
No,
Think
I can
about
see
it.
that.
The young crowd will do whatever. Let's
they don't give a
respectfully.
shit. They don't give a
Respectfully.
fuck. They don't care. They
Look how
don't
many people
care.
turned up at
Oh my God.
Travis Scott concert.
Yeah.
Not caring about the consequences.
That's
Nope.
a fact.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, though, you could say the same thing about the older generation when they fucking tackle people for Walmart for a TV.
I feel like that's a mix though, because you have people seekers, like who are young, who are ready to just seek an opportunity. Think about New York City when the pandemic happened. It was all young guys, young girls, maybe some a little older, but how old are we talking?
As far as who
You
got
know,
affected from
yeah.
the pandemic, like
Okay.
work?
Like the city was an opportunity to grab whatever you can, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you had the
Who's gonna
resources.
do anything?
If you
Yeah,
had the
but
resources, because a
I
lot of
agree.
people are fucked up being at home in that tiny ass apartment, just not being able to go outside and do anything.
But and on the
That shit
flip
took a
side,
toll.
it helped a lot of people. Like I can say the pandemic like changed
That's
my
right.
life.
Oh,
'cause
yeah, definitely.
Depending on like what resource, and it's really all about like your knowledge and what knowledge you have and the resources you have.
Yeah.
Even
And how
going
you-
back to even like
yeah.
cancel culture and like certain people not getting canceled. I think it's kind of a good segue even like to the Kanye interview because he kind of even spoke on that in an interview where he was saying like, "Yo, I'm worth $9 billion now, so my resources is more plentiful, so like I can speak more freely and
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about certain consequences as far as financially, because that's how they really try to get you as far as cancel culture. They try to hit like your financial like
Yeah.
resources. Like that's the first thing. We could look at the baby, whoever they will ever want to cancel, you know, nowadays. That's what the first way to try to get you is financially.
Yeah. We're not gonna spoil it too much because Juan didn't see the interview.
Okay,
but
yeah. Definitely. I'm
That
I'm
was-
watch that
oh,
tonight.
check
though.
it out.
I'm gonna watch
Please.
that tonight.
honestly, I meant to call you, bro, and talk to you about it
I
because
watched
that
it 3
shit
times, bro.
was honestly one of the best.
It was
interviews I've
amazing,
seen.
bro.
I've never seen Kanye that candid before, honestly.
Because he's with his people,
he
bro.
was
like,
so comfortable, and he spoke some shit that he probably had conversations later. You know what I'm saying? When they start with him drink, like he was smoking on that shit, drinking. I was like, yo, this is Kanye right
he
now.
said, "I'm gonna make this shit." But I think all of this is like he's so smart, and I think like
Nah,
all of that
his
stuff was
brain
like
is crazy.
subliminal. Like if
brain
you
is
really paid
crazy.
attention to everything in the interview, like nothing was done like coincidental. Like even from like, I mean, he spoke about a lot of the things from his haircut to like people had theories on even like the gloves. He was wearing black gloves.
Yep.
Like
'Cause
a
he
lot of
saying
the
that
shit was
energy
very
could be
subliminal.
transferred, like you don't shake people's hands, like, and I was like, wow, that's a bar. That's a bar.
That's
But-
dead ass though.
No, that's facts.
That's dead ass though. That's real.
Yeah, no, it's some real shit. I mean, yeah, I definitely encourage everyone to and it honestly took me 3 times to hear it to really even catch.
Yeah, because some of the
every
stuff he
single
was saying
thing,
was
man.
kind of like,
It was a lot of things, like
Yeah.
a lot to take in information, but
honestly, that was my first time watching an interview from Drink Champs. Honestly, I
Really?
never really
They
liked
have
the
so
whole.
many good
they have
ones.
good
I've heard.
episodes, yo.
I never really liked the whole
Shout out to
concept
Nori
of like
and,
Drink Champs,
DJ
like
FM.
smoking weed, drinking. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of like yelling. I don't think people really have
Well, I
a
mean, it's a drinking
conversation.
show,
Yeah,
but-
so I was like, I don't think I want to hear that. So when I heard this, like in the beginning, they was just straight interviewing. Straight interview. They were drinking a little bit, nothing crazy. And then when this liquor started kicking in, that's
The
when
truth
the truth
started
come out.
coming out.
Yeah, and I was just so intrigued by that because I'm thinking about like our podcast when certain shit happens, like, and also you're around your friends. You're around friends. You start drinking a little bit. You get comfortable,
yeah.
and you start saying a lot of shit that you really wouldn't say sober. So
But I think Kanye would say all that stuff sober, like
Yeah.
to at least Nori.
that Sean
because
shit, I don't think he would have said that Sean shit. The shit about him signing McSean was
But
a
I
big
mean,
mistake.
like if you really heard the interview, that's his point. Like, yo, I'm not worried about anything. Like, I'm my own boss. Like, he's in the whole interview. He's literally talking about like he was name dropping. Like, I guess that's one of the funny things of they counted every time he dropped a name. But
Yeah, that was
anytime he
funny.
dropped a name, it's
Dropped
like
mad names.
it's like people who like he said. like influenced them. Like he
Powerful
was like,
people.
yo, the head of Balenciaga like used to work for me. Like that's where he started off. Like and like even going like it's so much to dissect from that interview. It's a lot, but
Which I could
Definitely watch
believe because if you, like myself, I work there, you see that the women clothes are actually men clothes and the men clothes is actually
I
women.
mean, it's very unisex.
So it's
yeah.
like, but the reason for that is like a free world. You walk in there, you could just look around. There's not a specific
you
gender.
gotta worry about what
God.
section that
Like,
you have
yeah.
to go to. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, I never walked in the store.
Well,
in that store
Dante's not
before.
high end.
Yeah, I'm not high end. I don't got the money for that yet. But you know, plus I'm not really into designer clothes like that. It never interests
You
me.
ain't missing nothing.
You're not missing nothing.
That's what everybody
Facts.
tells me all the time. I just never Jordans, none of that. Like none of those shits never really got me intrigued. It's like okay, cool.
Well, yeah, you're smart. You're like the old white guy who gets New
Yeah.
Balances. So I respect that.
As long as the
Damn.
bank is up, right?
Exactly.
That's the key.
I respect
Get it from Papa.
Yeah.
Papa Dukes, man.
Yeah.
Cheap ass nigga. But that's my son. I love him.
That's your son.
Your
I'm just
son?
my man would slap the shit out you right
Yo, he can't
Facts.
stand when I call him my son, and I forgot what he hates when I call him sir, like yes sir, like he hates sir. And I was like, why do you hate that? I feel like that's very proper. Like I say yes, sir.
Oh,
I
yeah,
call
that's
mom
weird.
yes ma'am all the time, but you don't like
Well, you
yes
probably
sir.
My dad told me never. If I ain't gotta call nobody sir, I don't call nobody sir.
I'll call black. I'd never say like if it's like an older black like a couple like an older black man or woman like I always say yes ma'am or yes sir. Never to like white people though.
So even your bosses at like the jobs you work at, you never said yes sir.
Nah, we just gonna start a convo.
Understand.
How you doing?
I respect it.
Today, I need this. Today, this needs to be done. There's no reason why me and you in the same room, you got to have the hierarchy, At the end of the day, you got to clock in the same spot I'm clocking in.
I hear you.
Yup.
I hear you. I hear you.
For sure.
I'm the same way. I definitely understand that. Oh yeah, you said with it, Kanye. Question, Quan. What got you into being an artist? Like the paintings and everything.
So I always drew when I was younger. I always sketched on the train station in New York City and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was a college basketball player who, unfortunately didn't have that luxury to go further than college. And on my way of transferring schools again, or maybe not going back to school, I gave myself one more chance and, applied as a fine arts major. And from that day, the professor that I met in Seton Hall, shout out to, I think his first name, I don't remember his first name, but his last name is Bloom. And it's similar to mine. Mine is Bloomer. So I feel like it wasn't a coincidence that he was my teacher. I felt like he was sent because he definitely taught me.
It was faith.
There's a difference between teaching and showing. And he wasn't a shower. It was more like, yo, you're going to do this yourself. I'm going to just tell you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that made me grow, especially with the competition of other ethnicities. Shout out to the Asian community because they was killing me in art class. When I tell you they are nice, they motivated me to be better, to study more. Because it's easy to pick up a paintbrush, but it's not easy to study the details into making that painting come alive.
Yeah.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what motivated me was just the ability to learn, absorb, and show. Every year you see an art piece by me, it gets better. And I can confidently say that. Like I'm getting better. It's still got room for improvement.
Yeah.
So that's what got me into art and fashion. And fashion got me into art.
Okay.
I like to dress. I'm not big on spending, so I started creating my own fashion, even if I'm using resources from other clothing.
Okay. You got a question? I don't know if you got a question about the talk.
I got so much shit that I want to ask you, but then
Ask.
this entire podcast is just gonna be about artistry and painting and shit.
Ask.
But yeah, what's like your favorite thing to do? Because when we were talking off the pod, you were like, "There's so much time in a day, and you'll be getting bored because you don't know how much you can actually achieve within every hour." So like, what's your favorite medium to like just do and create? And then the second one is like, when you get bored, how do you find inspiration to just like go? And then I guess I'll leave it off at that.
Okay, so my favorite thing to paint is portraits.
I can see that.
And the reason why I say maybe bored is, a little too much, But it takes a lot of energy to paint. People don't know that though. Like a
Like,
painting
just
that
mentally,
takes
like just
mentally
creatively trying to figure out what to
draining.
do.
Nah, mentally draining. So I've had best of both worlds where I used to just paint on a canvas without sketching anything.
Yeah.
Like I would just go and do a whole portrait, and you'd be like, "How did he do that?"
Yeah.
Compared to now, ever since becoming a tattoo artist, I sketch because it makes the process much easier and
Okay.
faster. But at the same time, I'm using my eyes, my mind, and like my physical body to just sit there and replicate an image. So by the time I'm done with that, it's like I only got room to play video games
I felt that.
or like
felt that
maybe
OD.
eat.
Maybe
I don't
eat?
I don't eat as much as the normal
What
person.
is with everybody I meet does not eat, man? God's trying to tell me something.
I'll be honest with you.
It's the starving artist mentality. Is it the starving
I
artist
feel like
mentality?
starving artists is for those who are not making a penny off of what they're doing.
Okay.
My grandmother always told me I don't want to be a starving artist, and I know what she means by that. You know, make sure whatever you're creating kind of fits this generation, you know. Like I said, with painting, it's drainful. After painting, I take my talents to other like crafts. So that may be music to keep myself entertained. And if I don't want to do anything at all, I might watch somebody on YouTube create something. Then it becomes like a competitive nature without it being literal.
It's like,
So it's like,
Okay.
yo, I'll see
Inspiration
somebody,
kind
I'll
Yeah.
see somebody
And
paint
be
something
like, I can do
fire.
that shit better, type shit.
Not so much a better, but it's like, yo,
It's
now you
inspired.
got me up and I'm ready to create
Yeah.
too.
It's inspiration, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
inspirational. Because at the end of the day, I tell people I don't think there's competition in painting for real. When you think about
You
it,
don't think so?
how?
Art is subjective.
I think
Think about it.
I think anything could be.
Think about it.
Anything could be competitive. In my
But
opinion.
yes,
I mean,
anything
anything could
can.
be.
But when you really sit down and think about it,
Yeah.
how is art really that competitive?
I mean, maybe if it's like, I can see maybe if like you're interacting within the same circles and there's only like a limited amount of
Pull up
like,
your mic,
let's
Karan.
say,
But even when you
But-
do that, it's like how?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna like something different from.
yeah, it's subjective.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Art is
saying?
very
It's like prime
subjective.
example, Basquiat, one of my favorite artists for not even his art reasons.
Yeah.
His
I like him
mentality
because of who he
vibes,
is. Like he
yeah.
was like,
What
I'm
he
gonna
stood
do
for,
this
Yeah.
because I want to do this.
Yeah.
But if me and him to paint a portrait, I would definitely beat him. But is it really a competition? Because he sees things different than I do. You know, so it's like that's the beautiful thing about art.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And I definitely learned growing up not to hate on nobody, no matter what their skill level may look like.
Oh, nah.
You know why? Because even from the most basic art that you could look at, there's some details there if you stare at it long enough.
On fucking God, bro.
You know,
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm still stuck on that competition thing because I don't know. I feel like there's always, like, I'm not saying serious competition, but a healthy one. A healthy one.
But I feel like that's where the inspiration comes from, because like it's not necessarily competitive, but it's more so like I'm inspired because that shit's so fucking dope. It makes me want to like get better at my shit too. In the healthy aspect.
I don't know.
Nah.
Not for me. Like when I look at certain stuff and I do get excited, but I also have this competitive urge like, yo, I can do that shit better. Like, I don't know. Like I always just have this, like I self-compete with other people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I don't actually
Yeah.
hate their
Yeah.
work at all. Like I love what they do.
I see where you're coming
but in my
from.
head, I'm like, yo, like now you're my next obstacle on some healthy shit. Like I'm still
See-
going to support everything that you do, but now I'm like, all right,
see,
this is one of my like peers, one of my rivals. Like I gotta.
yeah, that's your mindset. Like my mindset with the art is like I ain't trying to be better than nobody. I'm trying to be different than my last piece.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to be better than my last piece. I'm trying to be different. So I'm looking at ways to like do
Separate
stuff that
yourself.
never happened.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to, give y'all some examples, I don't want to do that. Just in
all
case
good.
your audience is really tuned in. You
No,
know
it's
what I'm
okay,
saying?
it's okay. Don't
Then
give all
that,
your shit away.
you
It's
know.
okay. I respect it.
But when it
Facts.
drops, y'all gonna be like, he wasn't lying.
Say no more, bro. Say no
I respect it.
To finish something, it'll take me fucking months just to complete something because I'm very like over analytical of my shit. And I'm very like
You really think that's the problem? I feel like
it's me and my anxiety. Like that's where it holds myself accountable for that. Because I know I'm nice. I'm not gonna hold you. I know I'm nice. I just don't like to.
When I paint a picture, the thought process that goes on in my head is like, yo, I'm about to really body this, and just move on to the next one. So I don't fall in love with any of my work. Like if you
don't fall in love with any of your work.
No, that's the number one rule you never do. Never
Why?
fall.
Why so?
Because if you fall in love and then you don't sell, there's clearly a reason why you're not selling. It's because you're hoarding your own work.
Okay. One more question before you continue.
Yeah.
So, fuck, I lost my question. Okay, I recently just got a new appreciation about pictures now. Like, after this, pictures. Because I was always the type, I don't keep pictures. I'm not a hoarder. Like, I don't keep pictures. I don't keep, like, throwback shit. And, like, I always tell my mom, yo, sell that. Like, everything got a price.
Like you just don't have, like, a attachment to a lot of
things
like that.
So, but then something recently happened, and now I was upset that I didn't have nothing to, like, remember it by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking as an artist, and y'all talking right now about how it's not smart to be hung up on certain pieces. I'm like, yo, I feel like as an artist, there's always going to be one song, always going to be one piece that you do that you're going to hold on to for your personal self.
Nah, I don't recommend it to anybody to do that.
Okay, expound.
You know why? Because at the same time, you're the creator, so how can you forget? You know? Like, I sold one of my most personal pieces, and, you know, value of $3K all the way in Texas, and it was just like, I couldn't believe that I'm doing this, but I was so ready, but my parents wasn't. My parents was like, nah, you're not finna sell this.
Yeah.
No, I am. Like, you know, they were more attached, but only if they knew the story behind it.
Yeah.
You know, that would break the detachment.
Okay.
You know, so it was based on relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna look for a picture
Okay.
and show you guys.
Please, yeah.
But yeah, I don't recommend to be attached to any paintings. I feel like the paintings is really, so I paint to inspire people. You know, I don't care what your opinion is on my skill level, as long as you get something from it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I get paid off. I love to get paid off of the feedback. Money to me is a playful thing. I feel like me as a creator, or anybody as a creator, will make money regardless. As long as you put that genuine love into it, you would get money.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the money aspect.
Yeah.
Worry about who that painting is going to. You know, I've given a duplicate of that painting that I sold all the way to Texas to somebody, and it was ruined. It was slit up and everything. I saw it.
Wow.
So that hurt me more than anything. It's a duplicate that I didn't have to do.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's horrible. Okay. Solange, would you agree with that about never fall in love with a piece?
Yes, but at the same time, when it comes to my art, I don't think I've really fallen in love with any of the shit that I have done. But it's really ironic because it makes me happy to know that, like, when I choreograph a piece or when I present it on stage, I've literally had friends, like, run down the stadium. They're like, oh, this is my favorite piece. I got to go see that right now. And I'll be like,
whatever.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay. But, like, it makes me happy to know that they were able to get something out of that. So I think, like, that's the most.
That's hard.
Oh, that's tough. Bro.
and it's probably,
Ooh, yeah, that's how I grab the booty too. I can relate.
it's probably,
I'm sorry.
say,
I'm sorry.
it's a little, it's smaller than this wall right here.
beautiful. That's that beautiful.
It's smaller than this wall.
So
But
like
it's that big.
Wait, it's that big.
Yeah, it's
That's
huge.
beautiful.
That's hard, yeah.
And
That's super hard.
and I had a dream about this painting, and I woke up at around 4:30, and finished it all in spray paint.
Wow.
It's a spray paint.
It's in spray paint and paint, but I
Yeah.
did the spray paint to lay down the foundation,
Wow.
so I won't lose that vision.
Okay, I see. I
So
see.
yeah,
Wow.
How long did it take you to do that? Being
I
that
don't
big
really
too.
time myself. I time myself based on days.
Yeah.
So like I want to say probably total of 3 days.
Okay.
You know, gotta let it dry to
Yeah.
go back at it and stuff like that. And I just now in 2021 learned how to epoxy things.
What is
Really?
So to epoxy something is like to make, when you epoxy something, it looks like it's out of I don't even know how to explain it, man. Like
Cartoon.
Nah, like it looks like it's from a company. Like they printed it out and then
okay.
just sent it to you. Like epoxy, for all my artists out there, use that. That's your best friend, to be honest with you, because it protects the art as well.
Yeah.
So like a
Yeah.
painting. So
It's
say
like
if
a
I did that,
copyright kind of like.
nah. So
Nah.
say if I painted that over there, right, and then I poured epoxy on it, it's a liquid that turns into like a hard.
It's kind of
resolution.
like when you
Preserve-
put a
so-
frame
Yeah.
in something so you can
Oh, so
preserve
like
it.
just
Yeah.
preserve-
But
okay,
it
okay.
makes the art. It like
Like makes it pop out.
it soaks in
Yeah.
the art, the paint,
Yeah.
and it makes it look so
Clean.
like digital, almost digital.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you
It's called
scan that
it's called
shit.
epoxy.
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 Okay.
So I'll show you guys an example of that. Even pictures doesn't even do the
Justice?
job. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Wow.
Dante, you gotta get on the painting wave. Karan
I
started
can't-
some
yeah.
painting.
I can't
I'm
paint,
trash,
bro.
yeah.
I can't
No,
paint.
your paintings are beautiful, Karan.
Nah,
They make
'cause-
me so happy.
No, I just go to like, you know what I'm starting to realize is because I definitely like visual art is something I definitely want to like. I'm interested because I think it's actually very like relieving and like therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just as far as like, sometimes I go into like doing a piece as far as like, yo, I just need to not be so like idea focused, and like sometimes I worry about like
Just
having a
go
certain
with the
idea
flow.
and like.
Just go with the flow. It's
Sometimes it's good
okay.
to do what she said. Go with the flow.
go with
Like
the flow,
there's a
yeah.
couple paintings I just start painting.
I'm the same way. Like
Just-
I don't like having a sketch first off. Like I'll like literally just look at it, and I'll be like, I don't know what I want to paint, but I'm gonna let my hand just do whatever the fuck it wants for this time being, for the sake of my
So I
mentee.
epoxied this table that I did. So I painted on the table. Yeah.
That looks like some NFT type shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way, I'm definitely studying NFTs
Oh, yeah, that's the
because
future, man.
What
I
is
don't think
NFT?
so. I don't think it's going to be the future. I
Really?
think it's
Is that some
a
investment shit?
temporary little hype thing.
What is it? NFT.
It's just like a digital.
So I'll explain it to him.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's non-fungible tokens. In English, it's hype.
It's how you,
That's
I'm
what it
screaming.
is, right? So if you
but
have,
it's limited though. That's what makes it valuable.
but is it really limited? That's what you got to ask yourself.
If you're like trademarking an original, let's say even like digital piece, art piece, and it's like you can recreate it, but it won't be authenticated. So it just makes something authentic. And
It gives it a
makes-
chance
makes
for
value.
people to feel special.
Because
That's what it
creates
is.
value through the.
It does, but it also hurts the earth as we continue
Wait,
in the NFT.
so exactly what?
That's the downside of the NFT.
What do you mean
So
hurt the earth?
NFT, all right. So
Like-
NFT is a digital copy, but it also could be physical. So like, say you go and order a picture off of my website
Yeah.
of the NFT.
Yeah.
You get the digital, but you own it. And then in the description it says sent with the physical.
Yeah.
You own that. However, you could go and sell that for like, let's just throw out a number, 16 mil.
Yeah.
I get a piece of that 16 mil though.
it's
So
like-
I'm
it's like you're
I'm
publishing
rooting for you
almost like that.
to go and
sell
sell
it.
that. You know
That's
what
the
I'm
art
saying?
market, though, no? Because like that's when
Yes.
you get your art in a gallery.
Now
they're
here's the
gonna sell it and they're
downside
gonna-
to NFTs. Every time we click a button on that, there's a gas price, and that's hurting the earth itself.
Okay.
Like there's more in depth
Okay.
that I want you to
Okay.
see.
As far as like even like
I
that's
got
what they
it.
say with the, even cryptocurrency.
Yes.
It's like there's
Yeah.
what's the I forgot the technical term. Is it?
It's gas price.
gas
That's what
price?
that's what
Yeah.
you're paying.
carbon print or something.
yeah.
The carbon print. As
So-
far as even like the technology to like process a lot of this stuff, it's like very not environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
Okay, I think.
Like I love the
Okay.
idea of NFT, but I don't think it's gonna be here much longer. Cause then you have people like me who was worried about selling stuff, but that gas price could be whatever. It could be 300.
Facts.
The gas. Who want to pay 300 for a gas price just to sell a painting that's probably 400? You get what I'm saying? So that's the flip side to these business on that end. It's like you don't truly know what you're getting yourself into when the time comes.
Yeah.
Because that gas price could go up 1,000. It could be just as low as 100.
But why would that matter if there's always someone who can like afford to?
But think
pay that?
about it like this: if you sell a painting for 500 and probably it doesn't even get sold again, and your gas price is just as much as the painting, you just took an L.
Because it's costing you at that point.
Exactly. So you just paid the gas price of a painting you just sold.
Okay.
You know,
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
And then
So,
what,
it's
so
like
with the gas,
counterproductive.
so do you
So the
actually
gas
have to
price-
pay like
Yes,
that?
yeah,
So
you
you have
gotta
to
pay
pay the
that.
gas price prior to even like, or let's say if you do sell, let's say
Okay.
a digital art piece, like you would have to pay the gas price, and then you would still have to. So you would get like let's say in the music contract they say you would get residuals, or you would get like a publishing royalties from that, but you would still have to pay the gas price just to even like sell it. Is that how it works?
so say like let's put it in these terms.
I
So
know it's
like
very
your
complicated.
so like your table, right? Let's
Yeah.
just say we're gonna say is listed at 300, right?
Okay.
But the trip you got to take to go sell that is at 300.
300. Okay.
You ain't
So
make
you're not gonna
nothing.
break. Yeah, you're not gonna make a profit.
So it's like it's good and negative. I'm not ruling it out, but I wouldn't tell all the artists to like jump
on
from
it.
what they're doing to go NFT all
Yeah.
the way.
Okay.
I say test it out because there's different markets.
Of course.
There's a NFT, I want to say not Coinbase, but something like that, where every NFT is sold at like $40 to $50.
Okay. So
You know,
it's
so they kept it as
attainable.
a
Yeah.
cap.
Okay.
So now you know what you're getting into. The gas price may be like maybe $90.
Oh, okay.
But guess what? The flip side is you could sell 10 versions of that piece at $50. You know, 10 people buy it, and they go sell that. Now you're starting
Make
to
the
see money.
profit. Yeah.
So it's all
Okay.
about how you work the angle on selling NFTs. But I've seen some people make some good money in 6 weeks.
I got another question for you as an artist. Do you ever feel like you lose the love for artistry when you have to profit off of it?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Why is
I put it like this. I continue painting. I continue living. You know what I'm saying? So I never lose interest because of a price. And it's all, you know, learned lessons. I've sold paintings that should have been sold for thousands for like $900 and something.
I was about to ask
But
that,
guess
yeah.
what? At the time, I didn't care about that because I needed that $900 and something.
Of course.
You know? So I never care about the price, honestly. Because if I want to make another one or a better one, I can.
Do it.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
But
like,
it's never like draining. It's like, oh, we gotta make this painting so I
Nope.
could get paid. Okay.
nope.
Okay.
Like right now, I definitely have a gold mine in my crib that I did. It's on Instagram. It's like 8 canvas I did in 8 days of Kobe Bryant.
I think, yeah.
But I
I've
didn't
seen that
finish
one.
I
it.
peeped that
I don't
one.
feel like it's finished. But
Yeah.
when I finish that and epoxy it,
Yeah.
I probably could take a vacation.
You're gonna really take a
Like,
vacation
yeah,
for sure.
so-
Yeah. We might take a few people on vacation at that point. I respect it. Okay.
Now, my biggest thing as an artist is there are artists on Instagram that are having a better living than I am.
Yeah.
But when you see their work, you like, who exactly is paying for this? How are they artists? Because they're not really showing that they're artists.
That don't get you mad sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just wanna
But
make
it's
sure.
a driven force where it's like, we're going to go harder.
What do you think? It's
That's
like,
an example.
But
Okay,
that's not
exactly
the
what I mean.
competition.
It's not-
because I
Okay.
already, in my mind, think I'm number one.
Facts.
You have
Facts.
to.
Facts.
That's why I don't like the word humble or cockiness. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, you got to pat yourself on the back to keep it going.
Got it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Got to talk
And-
that shit.
Yeah, and
Got to.
I do that often, and I'm not gonna lie. What gets me mad is when people try to talk me down my prices. Don't do that when you don't go into Louis and Gucci and try to
Come
tag
on
my
now.
Talk
price.
down. Yeah.
You know
Come
what
on
I'm saying?
now. Hold up. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a bar. That's definitely
Yeah.
a bar right there.
No doubt.
Especially all the
Yeah, I always
creatives.
tell people that know your worth.
But I guess not as many people is like as confident in art, because I feel like it's like half and half, as far as like a lot of people are like you who are actually genuinely into it,
Trying to get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
you know, regardless of the money, and then the people who either do it because it's trendy, that's
Yeah.
definitely a big thing nowadays, or people who do it because they see the profit potential in it. But that's why it's so important to just like stick to a craft that, you know, you're going to be doing no matter if you're getting paid or not, because
Yeah.
regardless, you're going to be getting better if you actually love it, and then
That's
you're going
a
to see the
fact.
residuals
It's gonna pay
from
off.
it.
Yeah, it's gonna pay off.
So that's the important thing. So
Now, my problem in the art world is things like a blank canvas being sold for $200,000.
like, you think
My
things are just too
question-
hype nowadays? Like the hype just takes
No,
over?
my question is
Someone's
it
got
real?
triggered.
Like,
I got
are
so
we really
triggered.
talking about a
I
blank
got so
canvas
triggered.
being sold for 200?
But the thing is, isn't that just art though? Art is
Wait.
just literally subjective.
No.
Wait,
Hey,
wait,
Whatever
wait,
you
wait,
make it
wait.
Hear what I'm
wait,
saying.
wait.
Hear what I'm saying. Is it really art we talking about, or is it a scam or
Wait,
scandal
wait,
that's going
wait.
behind closed doors?
Wait. Because I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I used to be like, yo, because I went to the MoMA one time and there was this exhibit called Unfinished Artwork. So they had pieces from like different people throughout different decades, throughout different eras, from like the
always been a thing.
1700s to like now. And it was all these unfinished artworks inside of the MoMA that they just were able to collect. So you had random portraits of like soldiers and shit like that. And the one piece that blew minds in college was literally 4 white blank canvases, bro. It was 4 white blank canvases. And this was in the moment, and I got tight. But I kind of thought back to it, and I was like, after like being in college and taking a painting class, like my very first painting class, like that's the first time I started painting was in college, like a couple of years ago. And in Hunter College, they made you do your own shit. Like when you did photography, you had to take the film out yourself.
Yeah.
And you had to like learn how to take the film, be in complete darkness, and like transfer it to the can so you could develop it, and they teach you to do the chemicals. In my painting class, they taught me how to put my own canvas together.
Yeah, I
so
do that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we had to put the wood together. We had to stretch out the canvas, and we had to like staple it down, and then we had to do the paint to make sure
So
like
it's literally all original. You're
it
not
was
duplicating
mad
shit.
fucking work just to create one canvas. And I was like, after seeing those 4 blank canvases, I was like, they put work into that. It's some bullshit, but there's work in that. So I'm going to respect it right now. Like, I can get it. I can
For
get
me,
it.
I can't get over it, and I refuse to put respect in front of that because it's like,
Yeah.
is it really art that they selling?
How's
No.
it a scam?
It's a scam. I hate
Think
white people.
about it. We got 3 canvas with nothing
You
on
just
there.
respected it. Keep going.
I do.
I got about 5 canvas back at home with nothing on there. They ain't worth no 200,000. We can't get sidetracked by art and not and eliminate the fact that there might be some money laundering, allegedly. You know, maybe going
how
behind
do you-
doors. You know what I'm saying? And art is the most easiest way to do anything
Yeah,
if you
'cause
think
isn't
about it.
literally all art. I mean, because it is subjective, obviously.
Yeah.
But isn't that literally art? Literally just like based off a hype? Because
Yeah,
you
but
can
the-
have like, let's say you can have somebody like I don't know, you can have Kanye's kid, Lil Saint.
Yeah.
Who, let's say they give a paintbrush, and since the hype on just him itself, like that's gonna sell. Isn't hype?
But
just
we're
literally
not
just,
talking about Kanye West's kids painting a picture. We talking about a blank, untouched canvas that's selling for
But as far as,
$200,000.
like, the art, but like the artist, because I mean, I've been to so many like art galleries, and just because of the hype and
Yeah.
popularity of artists, like I've seen like Damien Hirst
Mm-hmm.
shit, and I've seen like different artists who I'm just like, I can't really see it, but since the popularity
see
and the
what
hype
you're saying.
of the actual
So
artist,
throughout our history, there's different scams. There's a whole bunch. You know, one of the most famous is I can't remember
Camp?
the artist's name,
no.
but he used his wife to sell his artwork. All she did was take a picture with it, and both of them owned 2 islands, and they did their time in jail.
I'm screaming.
yeah, was that some fraud shit? That's literally
That's
some
fraud.
fraud.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's forgery. You can't like now. I could probably get away with it because nobody cares. Nobody's gonna ask those questions. But back then,
Yeah.
to have a woman stand in front of a painting, they're not buying the art. They want to see the woman who did it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So that's why
okay,
it was
okay,
easy
okay.
for her to sell. I mean, him to sell.
Because she knew that his wife
But the
was
problem is when you see her and she does a live performance, it ain't gonna be what you just.
Nah.
yeah.
That's
Oh.
the downside. So
Wow. That's interesting.
yeah. Now art could be really scandalous. Again,
I bet. Yeah.
really. And the show, can't remember the show name. I want to say Beauty and the Beast. There was a TV show, like a reality, not reality, but like the real version.
Yeah.
And they were selling cocaine through paintings with prostitution.
Selling cocaine.
So you
through
buy
paintings?
a painting, in the back of the painting,
It's-
coke is spread out. It comes with a prostitute who looks like somebody who's just handing you the painting.
Wow.
And I was like, wow,
What?
this is crazy.
Yeah, that's how lucrative they're getting now. Sheesh.
Holy shit,
Wow.
bro.
That's smart. I'm not gonna hold you.
That's what I
I'm
said.
not
I
gonna
was
hold
like,
you. That's smart.
I said I ain't gonna lie. That was
Yo,
smart.
that's
But the
smart as hell.
downside, they kept selling replicas of the same painting at the same price.
Okay, eventually.
So that's how they got caught.
Yeah, that's what happens when everybody
Like-
try to hop on that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It fucks it up for
Wow.
everybody. Yo, my fault, Dante. I gotta pee, bro.
Damn, bro.
He did. No,
Where you from?
Harlem.
Damn, you missed a whole ass
I
conversation.
missed it. I was in the
Salon.
bathroom.
Right at the end of Central Park, 112th and 5th.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Harlem gang.
Nah, it's Jersey gang all day.
Shut up,
Sorry.
Karan.
I'm not even gonna lie. I love Jersey.
I love Jersey. Yo, Jersey's
I ain't even
fire.
gonna hold you. In Jersey, I feel like this state is filled with nothing but artists.
Oh, look
Not
at this,
in-
Really?
Salon. Look at that. You talking shit.
Yo, I
told
talk mad
you-
shit about Jersey. I be
told you,
shitting
you
on
have
it
to go
every
to
day.
a
I'm not
spot
gonna
and
hold
it's
artists
you.
that can't
Big break.
afford to
You're
be
the
in the
kid of
city.
Jersey. I'm
I'll
telling
tell you
one
a
of the
fact.
two.
I've gotten more love in Jersey than my own state.
That
Did I
happened.
say that last week?
You did
I
say that.
literally
No, he
said
did
You
say that last
You
week.
did say that.
Literally said
That caused me to move to Jersey.
Maybe
I'm a
I-
Harlem kid, like born and raised,
Yeah.
and I'm living in Jersey City.
Honestly, bro, I honestly don't even. I'm not surprised at that because I've always been a proponent. Like New York really don't know how to
No,
elevate its own people at all, bro.
You know,
like,
I
we
use-
really,
I use
I hate
ASAP
them.
Rocky.
Do you think it's for the sake of like? Sorry to interrupt, but
No, you
like
good.
you saying that New York doesn't know how to rep its own people. Do you think it's because it's so sacred with the underground world?
No,
Nah.
Not at all.
nope.
Damn,
Jealousy
we just
is a
grimy.
bug.
jealousy, bro.
It's just like
Jealousy.
crab in the barrel like mentality
Yes.
in New York.
Yes.
It's,
trying to
it's
give it
dog
benefit
eat
of the
dog,
doubt.
dog world in New York, and that's why it's always labeled in any rap song
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
"Gritty City."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like any rapper from New York always mention New York being a gritty city.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your own family probably try to kill you. That's how bad it is out there. You know.
But I think it's just because like a lot of the main like corporate industries are here. I mean, the population wise, everyone's fucking here. It's just a lot of competition. So I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense. I mean, compared to like even other spots like Cali or Florida, where everything's like more relaxed and spread out.
Yeah.
New York is just a more like hustle and bustle kind of city.
It's like you got no time to relax. Like, what is
There's too
genuinely a
many
vacation?
people here and too many businesses and like.
That's where the competition really
corporations here
comes.
to
That's
actually
just crazy.
relax.
Too many people when they coming for your spot.
So I
can't
think that's
afford
what
to
also like
relax.
killed New York too, as far as like creative wise, like
Yeah.
like
Because Atlanta's fucking us up, bro.
like Atlanta. I mean, so many other even countries overseas. I mean, like even like the scene in like London, the scene in like
Yup.
Amsterdam right now, scene
Fucking
in,
us up.
in Berlin right now.
Yup.
There's so many other like spots. Of course, like down south is like
Down
doing a
south,
lot of things.
yeah.
I think New York just got too complacent. Like we just were so used to having all the trends like. Fashion, music, everything. Being
Oh
from
no,
New
we still
York
got the
originally.
trend.
We still got the trend.
Listen, I always tell people that
Yeah.
Jersey is like the cousin to New York. You know, it's so
I
close.
feel like there's more original,
you know.
originality coming out of Jersey over New York.
But now, when it comes to trend, you gotta think about it. Dudes is rocking these fitted jeans and skinny jeans in New York for so long, and it was like X'd out. Now in 2021, you see dudes who probably got like 5 bodies wearing skinny jeans.
I'll put
Shit
this
don't
out
even
there.
make sense.
I promise you, I was the first guy,
You
the
was.
first nigga in New
You
York
was.
ever to wear colorful skinny jeans. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
I'm fucking
That's on
screaming.
God. That's on God. I swear to God.
Remember, at one point,
weed.
the style was cardigan with a V-neck, skinny jeans.
Bro, at one point it was just like all like the rugbies. I remember it was just all rugby.
I was gonna
BBC
wear
BB
my
Simons.
rugby jacket today, but I was like, you know what? It's not that cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, while people was wearing Ralph Lauren, I'm like, this rugby, that's Ralph Lauren, but like this is high end
Yeah, it's high
Ralph
end
Lauren.
shit.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My scarf costs a jacket, like.
That's some New York
But
shit, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like New York, especially Harlem, like always trendsetters. You know,
For sure. Harlem is like
That
the
stuff.
original, like as far as even style wise, like that's what they're. I mean, well, we all know like the great Harlem Renaissance is like,
Yup.
so many.
It's almost like you got the
historical things.
trendsetters in New York, but you got the trendy people living in Jersey. Think about it. Every time I hear somebody who's either fly or relevant, they live in
You know why
Jersey.
they say? I mean, they always say like even like artists for artistic wise, it's like a lot of how they say even like in Seattle, Detroit, a lot of these grimy cities
Yeah.
where like it's poor and people just have to work with the resources. That's why New York was so popular in the 80s and the 70s because like the Bronx and everything was burning down, and a lot of these creative like artists, even people on the Lower
Graffiti.
East Side, like they had to work with what was their resources, and it made you be more creative.
Yeah.
So yeah, even like with Jersey, like a lot of people in Jersey don't have as much money as people in the city.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like who can't afford to live. I mean, that's why I'm here. I couldn't afford to live in the city, so I'm out here. So it forces you to kind of like work with whatever resources you're working with. So yeah, I could definitely see that.
So y'all officially Jerseyans?
I've been told.
I
love
love
I
Jersey.
get way more love.
Y'all
in
New
Jersey.
York
I'll
turned
be honest
Jersey?
with you, I'm Harlem for life. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
about to say.
But I do love Jersey for what they have offered me, opportunities that they've given me, and the love that I've received moving to Jersey, not knowing a soul in Jersey City. Now I walk down the block, they be like, "Yo, what's good, Quan?" Like that's crazy.
Like a community.
I just moved there in April. It's like,
wow.
yo,
Oh, you literally just moved there.
yeah, like,
Oh, shit.
and I'm getting mad love. Like,
When you're authentic with it and people can see that, it's like they're gonna show you love. And they see
Yeah.
That's a whole
how
fact.
dedicated
That's
and
a fact.
authentic
just
you are.
like I get more love upstate New York than city-wise. People from upstate travel to get tatted by me in Jersey.
Yeah.
That's
Honestly,
love,
I
you
agree.
know?
I agree. I agree because even with this podcast, I never thought I would get that much love upstate. Because it's like, I don't know. Upstate has this. We're talking about the crab in the barrel mentality. I feel like
It
upstate
doesn't,
has.
though, just because there's not as many people doing it. So if you
Yeah.
actually are doing it, like you stand out more.
Yeah.
You know?
That's because it's a small town world upstate, not for nothing.
It's small.
That's what it
And
is.
That keyword comfortable. A lot of people are comfortable upstate.
Absolutely.
A lot of
So
people
it can
are
become a
comfortable.
trap.
Yeah.
Like niggas be up there and they won't leave for like X amount of years because they're just so comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I was in that mindset at one point. Like I was like, I'm gonna talk to somebody. Yo, I'm content. Like I could live here the rest of
we
my
were
life.
talking about that
And then,
with the comments prior to even starting. Like,
So-
Yeah.
you get content being there.
I want to jump back to the what we talked about, seeing you talking about seeing artists on IG, like making money off of art, but you see their artwork, you're like, who the fuck is paying for this shit? So
Where their skills don't match the requirements
give
of
you
what
an
they're
example.
selling.
okay,
So the famous Alec Monopoly. Love what he does. Paints on Birkins, paints on everything, cars, everything.
Go yards, shit.
Not once have I ever seen him sketch anything. Every time I see a video, he's close to finishing the painting. So it makes you wonder, like, is he really an artist, or is there somebody else doing this and he's just the face of it? Based on what I was saying, it's like you would know. Like, prime example, if you're a lion, you would know a lion.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist, so I would know an artist.
of course,
Yeah.
You know?
Of course.
And I'm seeing the flaws. It's like, yo, not only did he just rip the whole Monopoly guy, which, you know, I ain't got no problem with that because all artists rip at some point.
of course,
You know what I'm saying? That's how we got to create.
yep,
But this man is not, he not really painting this. I don't believe that. So I go on YouTube and I start typing in, is he really an artist? And there's videos of people having the same ideas. And I'm just like, this is crazy.
that is interesting.
Like on my time lapse, I show you from beginning to end.
Yeah,
I
you
just
do.
now stop showing you the sketching part because now I'm starting to try to move myself into, if you want to see me paint live, you got to pay.
Talk
I got a
about
whole
it.
question.
Talk
How
about
do
it.
you feel about artists who are in the camp field and like people like Duchamp or Banksy?
Man, I don't know. I don't have a opinion on how the hell he got where he got.
Because those are the
Because-
artists that really be fucking with people.
But it may be an industry plant. You know how they say.
kind of thing. Like,
Nah, this right here is like a movement. You know what I'm saying? If Banksy, we don't really know what he looked like.
No.
We only have speculations. You know? But if he was to come and paint on this rug, most likely it's going to be a political view. And most likely there's going to be other people with him to show that it was painted here by him. But you'll never see him.
Never see
So
his
now you
actual
start
face, yeah.
questioning, is Banksy one person or several?
It's like a collective, yeah.
Because how is he, this one person, putting up murals in important spots?
Yeah,
These ain't just no, like, I'm walking down the street, so I'm going to tag up this building.
yeah.
But like it's also the same concept of like he is the type of asshole to literally sell something for millions, and as soon as that person's like, boom, sold, he'll destroy it in their face, so they can't even take it home.
Well, he did that once, from my knowledge, with the...
With the
But
auction.
you also got to understand, like, as an artist yourself, anything you do, you are changing the game at some point. So when he destroyed that, he made another piece on top of a
Okay.
piece. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So now that piece is worth 10 times as much
Yeah.
as the original,
Yup.
piece. And it was brilliant. It was like, soon as it was sold, the shit started shredding. And it's like, how? Was he there? Was somebody there? What, were they all there? We don't know who Banksy is.
Thanks. I gotta look him up. I have no
He
idea
like
who you guys
Bat-
talking
he's
about.
like the closest thing to
He's
Batman.
so
that's
fucking
true.
great. I fucking love
I
him.
gotta look him up. I have no idea who y'all talking about, but
He's
he
an
sounds so
I
good.
got some of
amazing
his
artist.
pieces tatted on me.
Really?
His pieces is amazing though. Like whether it's a group of them or one of them, like I give it up to him because it makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Like whether it's positive or negative, make you laugh. You should definitely look into it. You definitely seen it though. I'm
I
telling
probably
you right
have.
now.
I
I
probably
Not even
have.
realize that
he's
you've
super
seen him.
popular.
Yeah.
Like did you know about the situation in Central Park? This made me open my eyes. And when I say my eyes, really my mind of how I think on the regular. He literally sent an old guy to sell, I want to say at least 40 pieces of his original artwork on canvas.
Talking about Banksy?
Yeah.
Okay.
When
For
was this?
40, 50, $60. But he didn't say, hey, I'm sending an old guy. The old guy just went, and with those 30 pieces, he sold most of them. So now everybody who paid 50, 60, 40, whatever, got a bag.
Has a
Has a
whole
bag.
fucking
But,
million
do you
in
think
their
they don't know that?
household.
Like they probably think it's like
You will know that it was sold at that location because every artist puts secrets in their paintings to know of authenticity.
Yeah.
So,
I love
and that's
him.
genius because it's like,
genius.
That's the thing that I was asking about, like the scamming with like the canvases,
Mm-hmm.
because Banksy is one of those like extremely Jillian, excuse me, fucking intelligent artists who
Jillian?
like know. I know, I'm making up words. I got excited. I got way too excited. He's one of those intelligent artists who knows how to finesse the system.
yeah. Like I've learned from certain artists, like supply and demand plays an important role.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes the quality doesn't matter.
No,
It's what you do with that piece that you have.
Oh yeah.
Like in college, I was buying hats for $2. I was buying hats for $1 from the beauty supply store and putting a patch on it, sewing it, and selling it for $25. People believed in what I was selling, not the sole object. You
Yeah.
know, it was what it stood for.
Yeah.
You know, so
Symbolized, yeah.
yeah. Now there's a lot of ways to get rich or wealthy. So
Especially nowadays with technology, it's like if you're willing or if you're able to adapt with a lot of the things going on, and it's like you're gonna survive and find a way.
yeah,
Which is about how willing you're able to adapt.
There's a bunch of chance you gotta take as an artist though, like a whole bunch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's so interesting. Do you have a piece that you hate?
a piece that I hate.
Yeah.
No.
Like, not hate as in the quality
let me
is
tell
bad?
you, let me tell you my process
Yeah.
of creating pieces. I never sketch. I mentally sketch before I actually sketch. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like it takes about 2 to 3 days for me to generate an image here for me to lay it down on the canvas. Like so when I do the design bags for the weed bags,
Yeah.
it takes me a full day, maybe talk about it a little, get inspired, like get really in tune with what I'm creating for me to get that image. So I don't hate any piece. Like any piece that I make, I just feel like I can literally laugh at it and say like, I got it. I know I got it. I know I'm in the right space.
Okay.
Because all the people that's in the right space are now doing stuff that I've done years ago. So now I got to figure out how to get to where they are. And it's all marketing.
Well, it's always marketing
Yeah.
shit, bro. Marketing, connections.
So remember the NFTs?
Yeah.
The guy who I looked at, and in 6 weeks, he made 74K, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
He has a Tiger Woods painting that I've done before him, but it looks identical. Like, it looks spot on, the same style, but it's not.
Yeah.
So I know I'm in the right space. Like with music, I tell people, I say, yo, what makes a drill song be better? Tell a story.
Honestly,
Tell a story.
I might fuck with it.
Tell a real
So,
authentic
I
story.
might fuck with a drill
Guess
song.
what?
if
I
have
tell
a story
people in the
it.
studio, I say, yo, I'm going to start jumping on drill beats and telling stories.
Yeah.
Made up, real, who cares? I'm never going to say it's me. I'm just going to tell a story like Slick Rick. Tell a story. Fabio came out with a story. Made me mad because I knew where where things could
Yeah.
go. instead of incriminating yourself, just tell a cool story. Like, tell a story that almost comes off like a movie.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the story got to be super creative. Like, you can't literally.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it can't be like super realistic if you're actually doing the story.
I mean,
but-
it can be realistic because that makes people be able to relate to it, and people like to also relate
Well,
to.
it can't be realistic to your personal. If you're, I mean,
Nah, but
In
it's
Fabio's
so
case, yeah, he can't
it's
be too-
so easy
Yeah.
to make up a story when you have
But I think- but-
everything you
I
need.
mean, with drill, that's what makes it authentic. If you're actually living your rhymes, because there's never been a drill. In that case, you'll just be another Slim Jesus. You'll be another
No.
white boy trying.
Oh, 6ix9ine
Well, actually,
type
I've
shit.
heard Slim Jesus was real low key, but I mean, that's what makes drill drill. It's like the authenticity that comes with the artist.
So
Is it?
what?
Hell yeah.
I don't think so at
When was
all.
the last time you heard a
I
drill
agree.
artist that wasn't living their rhymes that was successful?
All them niggas are the same, bro.
I'm
was
not gonna name
successful.
drop, but
Except for
there's
6ix9ine,
a lot
but-
of people.
But he was politicking like within it. So.
There's a lot of people. One of the biggest people who don't live what they say is Drake,
Tecca? Oh, well, I mean,
and we love him. We don't say anything about him.
but he doesn't like claim to be like super hard though. Like he
Who?
says like Drake.
Have
Drake,
you learned? Have you heard every song?
Yeah, no, I mean I hear what he like, but
Nah,
he comes
claims
up.
to be hard.
He
No, he
threatened
doesn't.
Kanye West and
Yeah.
said he'll put him in a gilding.
Yeah, but I mean,
Put
that's-
him on a gilding.
I mean, but Kanye spoke about that in an interview where he's like, "Yo, I talked to Drake behind the scenes. It's like this is professional entertainment." Like,
But
we
it
all
goes
know.
back to what you just said. He's rapping about something he ain't about.
Yeah.
No, but he's acknowledging that it's perfect. Like it's
Behind the scenes, he's
it's work.
acknowledging it,
It's a
though.
job.
But that's what I'm saying. Like because I had made a drill song telling a story, and it's all made up, and that's the beauty of the song because it's like, yo,
But do people that you know, like, do people know that it's made up? Do the
yeah,
people fucking with it?
yeah, because
know that it's
why
made up?
I'm 100% authenticity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling
but
you,
same
like,
thing
yo,
with Drake, it's
this
like-
is made up.
But it's
So-
art. But it's art though, right?
No, but that's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Drake is the top dog of some things. A lot of things he said.
But he
Can't
doesn't
back
he
it
doesn't
up.
like claim that it's real. Like he puts it under the umbrella that it's all art. It's all an art.
Yeah.
form. Same thing with like you telling the story in drill music.
Not facts.
It's
I
just
would
an
tell
art
you
form.
it's all art form. Or, art form.
But I mean that just goes back to like being authentic with the actual art form.
I feel like a song doesn't have to necessarily be real for it to be good.
yeah,
You know.
it's art. Like it's what you interpret from it.
But going back to your drill thing, I don't think if someone who raps on drill beat, they have to be like
Authentic?
rap about be living their raps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't think someone who has to rap on drill beat needs to really be a hard ass nigga.
Well,
Pause.
nowadays, but like that's what like even when we talk about hip hop, how it's got so further from where it first started. Like drill first started as same thing with hip hop. Like it was just a thing in the Bronx in the park where people were just doing the breakdancing,
Talking about their
graffitiing,
shit.
the art, whatever, the 5 elements. Same thing with drill. It's like it's just stories from gang members, gangster rappers who were living their rhymes, and like they looked down upon people who weren't doing that. So it's like we don't get. We drift away from the original purpose and the original art form.
I mean, that's the new generation. We were talking about working
Yeah.
smarter, not harder.
That's a fact. Anybody can become a rapper today.
Yup.
Literally
Off of one
anybody
video
could
too.
become a rapper.
Like
But
that
but
phrase.
does that make it good though? Same thing like with
Oh, no.
artistry, like
Not at all.
So
visual artists.
it's a 50-50 because it's like, yo, if he just signed a deal, the first video he ever dropped, and he's nice, can you be mad?
No,
Nah. But if he's trash, it's like that's the flaw in the system. It's like, yo, why are you signing him? Are you signing him off of skill or the publicity that he carries?
Yep.
You know, a lot of these New York drill rappers, I love the fact that they're getting up and doing something besides actually killing each other. The problem is that they're actually doing it and rapping about it,
Yeah.
and getting
living in
signed
trouble, yeah.
by these big corporations.
Yeah.
And put away as soon as
Which
it gets
means that how can we progress as black people when the corporation itself is
signed.
pretty much entertaining the bullshit?
Facts.
because they know that's what's
You
gonna
know,
sell.
And that's the bad
Because
part.
if not, like all the conscious rap would be the most popular mainstream thing.
So what makes like Benny and them different then? Because
Benny
they
the
rap,
Butcher?
yeah, Benny
Let-
Conway.
let
They
me
rap
tell you,
the
they're
shit that they,
authentic, maybe.
you know
Let
what I'm
me
saying?
tell you,
like they
Ben-
rap the shit they've been through type shit.
Yeah, but Benny puts it in a format where it's like, yo, I'm big dog, you little dog, listen to me.
Because
Facts.
he's
You feel me?
authentic with it.
Yeah.
Because he's did time in jail. They all did time in
Yeah,
jail.
they
They
I
all-
recently listened to some drill music from New York,
Yeah,
and it sounds like emo rap.
I can't get into. Yes,
And that yelling
really
and stuff, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't, bro. I really can't.
Pop, I could rock with Pop. 'Cause I could hear
yeah.
him. I could understand
I
him.
agree. Fabio
You know what
too.
I'm
I can
saying?
rock with them.
You don't like that emo rap?
Nah, not at all.
But that's
You're
just
not
like-
in your bag?
I'd rather listen to Brent than that.
I'm screaming.
And
I
Brent
felt
is-
that.
is
Because
great.
he's in his
Yeah.
bag.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
different.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's just like as far as even the drill, because there's a lot of people who, I mean, because I'm not like super into drill, but like I've recently started getting into it, and like that's where like the authentic drill people like separate themselves from like the people who are just like doing it as a trend and making it seem like it's portraying a certain image or a certain type of drill. But if you don't have credibility in that, then it's like people who know. It's like it's like you can fool the masses and the people who aren't into it, but the people who are just like your artist, you can tell real artistry versus people who are just doing it as a trend or because.
But I feel like music is a little different because you could have a dude that's about that life that hasn't done anything that could really shut up a person who lived that life too. Like that's just two different elements. You know what I'm saying?
I always think it always comes back to authenticity.
Because like you'll have a guy like me like play the house all day, but you're not gonna punk me, and I'm gonna show you that I'm about that life.
I see what you're saying.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna boast about it.
Nah.
You know what I'm
You don't
saying?
gotta talk about it.
But if you had to get down to it, you're gonna take action and you're gonna be authentic. It's okay. So even like with that example, it's like if someone actually like tests you, you're not gonna like punk out. Like you're gonna be authentic to yourself and do what you gotta do to make sure you're good.
Of course.
It's like,
but that's in any situation. Like I tell people, I'm as real as it get. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And if you're annoying me, like I'm gonna tell you, like you feel me. I hope if you get mad, you get mad, but you gonna have a clear understanding of why you annoying me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Like I'm as real as it gets.
Yeah.
And I don't even like telling you I'm real because it's like real people don't need to say that.
Yeah.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? But I show my actions show. A lot of these dudes, if they get arrested, clearly they ain't doing no time. Some of them may do the time for the wrong reasons because it's like, I'm going to do this time and when I get out, I'm going to get a deal. That's how they think. They not like, yo, I don't, my future, I don't know where it may go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they know for a fact, if they do time for that act, even if they didn't do it, they're going to be glorified. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the error in today's society is like people are getting glorified for the wrong reasons.
I agree.
Because any publicity is good publicity. No matter good
Any
or bad.
publicity is good.
But it's so bad, especially when, like, as we would never think. Have you ever sat down and said to yourself, I never thought I would think about this, but damn, my black people was really fucking each other up.
Oh, yeah. I think
course.
about it all
I ain't
the
gonna
time.
lie, I never thought I would sit down and say that because I never cared when I was younger.
I agree.
My mind was on how can I look for the girl
I
that don't
agree.
even notice me.
Talk about that. Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Now that I'm older and like I can make my own decisions, it's like, yo, I gotta tread lightly myself. I can't go out wearing 5 chains
Nah.
now.
But it's just a matter of being informed. Like, if you weren't informed, then you would never know that. It's all
Nah,
about the information you receive.
Now, when I say like sit back, it's like we all been informed. We all
It's
been
like
told by our
whether you care
parents.
about it or not.
Yeah, but we never took it serious
It's
because
all
we
about
never
whole
had
facts.
to.
But I think it's all once it starts affecting you personally. That's
Yeah.
that's,
That's
what
when
That's
you
what I'm
start to
saying,
think
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Like the other time, like I was invited to Brooklyn. I'm just like, I'm a New York kid, but I ain't finna go to Brooklyn, not Dolo.
Crying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I go, I'm wearing probably the least flashy shit I got.
Facts.
You know what
Fair.
I'm saying? Because I'm
like the
Dolo.
witness out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I tell people, like, don't ever get caught up between, oh, you're not about that. No, you're just smart.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want that attention, Today was my first time in a long time wearing my own chain. That, with a
you feel
Q, big
comfortable
ass
in
Q,
Bergen,
you know
huh?
what I'm saying? It's just like,
Dang, you feel comfortable in Bergen, huh?
no, it's
County.
not that. It was like, I feel good today, so I'm going to just do it. I know where I'm going. I'm going straight there, and I'm coming straight home.
Yeah.
I'm not making no U-turns.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I have a question. So, 24-hour artist out here, you know what I'm saying? Introvert
A little bit.
a little bit. So how do you fit somebody else in that environment that you in? Somebody else meaning like a lady or something. Like how do you fit?
Oh,
Or
well, I'm
doing that.
always home, so I'm always around, and I'm very reliable. You know what I'm saying? Like, my last relationship only ended because it was bad timing, Other than that, if the timing wasn't, like, so personal with the family issues, I'll still probably be with her. Because everything was smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you believe that you have to date someone that's kind of in the same thinking as you?
No,
Or
I
can-
tried actually this year, and
You
every
didn't-
girl who paints tells me they want to be like me. Why? I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be yourself, and then you could be a better artist. Just like I could be a better artist by looking at your art. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I hate the status. I don't like that. I don't want you to put me on this high pedestal and then put yourself down here. You should always think that you're number one
Yeah.
and everybody else comes after.
But
You
what
know
if people
I'm
just
saying?
need the inspiration though? Like, do you
So
ever
it-
take that?
So be
consideration?
inspired, but don't eliminate what you've worked so hard for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the girl I was talking to, she's actually really good, but she don't give herself enough credit.
Okay.
That confidence is shot. Me, on the other hand, I'm telling her like everything I touch, I feel like it's sold. I'm not a millionaire. I'm just telling you what I believe.
Feel me.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
confident in your abilities, yeah.
Yeah, like, and I feel like that's the biggest problem. So I kind of took a step back. I don't know. Not everybody's the same, so I don't want to put everybody under that umbrella.
Could you date someone who just does like a regular 9 to 5?
Yeah, because I know at the end of the day, they working hard just as hard as I am.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And just like when I lived in my parents' house, growing up with women, I start to develop my own way to live. And when I say that, is like when I was at home, my dad was on board with it. It's like, yo, we know moms cook every night. Guess what, mom? Don't you ever touch a dish. Don't you ever take out the garbage. Stuff like that happens in less than 2 minutes.
Facts.
Taking the garbage out takes depending on where you live, 5 minutes tops
Facts.
to take out the garbage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Washing dishes, 30 minutes tops.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So why not do the minimum, which actually is the greatest thing to that other person?
100%.
You know? So if I was to have a girlfriend and living in my apartment, she wouldn't have to worry about much because I keep my apartment clean. When I mess something up, I just put it back right away.
Same.
Guess what? You then gain more time in a day, even though it's capped off at 24.
But then how do you have that time to like, because, you know, you always
Like, do what you want.
Yeah, like, you know, let's say you go to go out on a date and stuff like that. Y'all go out to eat.
Oh, we
type shit.
Gucci. I make my own time clock.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't clock in nowhere.
Talk your shit.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm saying as an artist, I'm always thinking like, you
At
know,
6
you always on
o'clock,
your phone.
6:30 when she ready to go.
Yeah.
We ready. I'm ready.
Okay. No,
I just won't
as an
schedule no
artist.
tat
Okay,
session.
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
I mean, I think Dante said like dating a person who has a 9 to 5, but I want to know like, can you date someone who doesn't have interest? Because I feel like you can have a 9 to 5 and still have interest, but what about like the person
That's a
who don't
better
have
question.
many interests?
So my ex, who I love dearly, she wasn't. I don't think she was really interested in my art. But what kept the relationship live, she was more interested in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
how it
like,
should be, yeah.
so at that point, I was like, you know what? This is a good thing. Because at some point, most women wanted to date me because I'm a painter. Do I look like a painter? What does a painter look like? We have stigmas, but I don't look like your average painter. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or not even average, any painter.
Yeah.
You would have
Every
thought I'd
painter's
probably rap, play basketball, you know.
different.
Gotta
Talk
love the
about that.
stereotypes.
Yeah, the stereotypes. So it's like, that's why I appreciate that relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I did question myself. I was like, why is she not interested in my art? It's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm over here painting bangers and she telling me
Yeah.
it look nice. But at the same time, I take the negative and apply it and make it positive. It's like, all right, I got to go harder.
Yeah,
I got to get better.
use that as motivation.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? If she telling me it's nice, that mean it ain't that good.
Damn.
Okay.
Shit, I don't know. I kind of like that, man, because I recently like I'm kind of in that position where like I kind of met somebody who like they got their own thing going on and they don't seem as interested in the shit I'm doing, but I kind of like that. Cause
But it
Yeah, I'm about
sucks
to
at
say,
first, right?
It's yeah, because it's
different.
like
It's
it
different.
catches you off guard because it's like you're so used to like having people pay attention to the shit you're doing. And it's
Yeah.
like, damn, like what the
One
fuck, like
person's not interested in it.
like
oh,
it's
okay.
like not even just interested. It's like
It makes you want to give them a reason to say the shit is beyond nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
what are you not doing in your craft?
yeah.
So their result answer could change.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. You'll definitely like start to realize the things you're not doing and like think about that a little more. Yeah, that is true.
That's intriguing. I don't know. I feel like I need a little like I don't know, like they don't gotta like my podcast, but you know, a little acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying?
Have
Just a
on
little
the
acknowledgement. Just to acknowledge it. Like just acknowledge that you know the shit is there. You feel me? Like I don't need you to like it. You don't gotta hear it. I'm just so nah. You don't gotta do none of that shit. But
Dante, you ever watch all that? I don't know why this is coming to my head.
what?
You've never seen all that before.
Yes, I have. Nigga, I grew up on all that. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Dante.
That's crazy. Don't try to play me. I grew up on all that, bro. That is crazy.
Oh no,
You don't think I had a childhood, bro?
Oh no, I feel like you're not really about that. You
Bro,
wasn't
I
watching
grew,
all that. Like
I
that.
grew up on all that, bro. I grew up on all
That is a
that.
poser, yo.
That's just like animation for me, right? I
That
tell
is
people, I be like,
crazy.
yo, you ever seen the PJs? They don't know what I'm talking
the
about.
PJs is fire.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
you
I-
seen Celebrity Deathmatch.
I've never
But
seen
you don't
any
know
of those
PJs?
shits. I don't know
PJs
none
is
of what
a
none
classic.
Let
of
me
the
tell you, the
PJs?
PJs
What is
is
classic black
funny
Funny as
animation.
fuck. Yep.
PJs.
It tells you exactly how
Those are
black
adult
folks
swim.
was
Wait.
living. Like,
We about to
Never
Google
seen
it.
You've probably seen it. You've
PJs.
I've probably seen it and not realized that it's the
Yeah,
PJs
yeah.
type of shit.
Yeah,
PJs
it was on Adult Swim. I think, right?
Yeah.
PJs.
that and what was the King of the Hill on? 'Cause
I'm sorry.
I feel like
I'm sorry. I got
maybe
mad loud.
the PJs
OD.
might have featured on that station.
I'm fucking.
I'm not
Adult
sure.
Swim. Was it Adult Swim?
Because it wasn't just Adult Swim.
Yeah,
Before
like,
Adult Swim,
originally,
it
I'm
was
trying to
something
think,
else.
yeah.
It was something else.
I mean, it's such an old show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck it
I'm
it premiered
fucking
on.
screaming.
Like you had the dude in the wheelchair with the voice stick.
Yeah.
Yo, it was just
PJs
a,
is fire. It's just,
a
Shout out to
classic
Eddie Murphy,
comedy animation. Like
you ever like
Um,
press people like if you see like if you know about something and see like someone is portraying that they know
Hypebeast.
about it. Like, do you ever like feel the need to have to question people
no,
about how
no,
authentic
I
they
don't-
are
no,
about the subject? No,
no, no.
You
I don't
know
care about that.
responsibility.
I don't. You know why? Because it's like, all right, take me as an example. I'm a hat fan. If you go in my room, it's definitely over like 40 hats, different
Yeah.
flavors. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a Knicks fan. But I
So
will
the
not
Knicks-
wear a Boston, New
Yeah.
England, anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like as
Patooey.
much I'll wear a Lakers.
Yeah.
I got no beef with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? But I like the hat. But as far as rivalry, I still keep true to myself. Like,
Yeah.
listen, New York do not rock with Boston. So I'm not wearing that.
Excuse me.
So I'm not a stan. I'm a hat fan. But my team is the Knicks. Rock and roll band T-shirts. People always gave me shit like, "Yo, you know about that song? Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't
no
know
shit.
anything about the
I'm
band.
fucking
I
screaming.
like the shirt.
Yeah,
I was saying the same thing. Yeah.
I'm a fan of rock band shirts.
because I sell
fucking
vintage clothing, and
weak.
that's like the number one thing. Like people
You
pressing
feel me?
you on like the shit that you wear.
But it's like, why do you care if I really like it? Like,
like what is
'Cause
that?
my
was
goal
like-
is to sell it to you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
for sure.
I remember when we had a podcast plan and I was at Aaron's crib and I wore that Cars shirt I had.
Oh, yeah.
And Aaron asked me about the Cars. I was like, I have no idea who Cars is, bro. I just love the fucking
The design.
design. That shit is hard. I don't know
Damn.
nothing about Cars. Then obviously we went to the Brooklyn Museum to see the Cars thing. I was like, oh, okay, this is what Cars is.
That's
okay.
crazy.
I didn't know that.
Oh, trust me.
Crazy.
I,
No idea
sometimes
who
I
that guy
get
was.
people
But I loved it.
talking like, oh, the figures that I have in my crib. They be like, oh, how much you pay for that Cause? I said, go right on Amazon, bro. It's like $30-something. You feel me? Oh, so it's fake. What's fake? What's really fake though? When I start talking like that, people don't want to have a conversation.
Nah,
that's when
they
you
don't.
stumble. Yeah.
So that's how I end stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if a shoe was made in a Jordan factory, but made in China as well, what's really fake about it? Now, you can ask what's official,
Yeah, authentic.
but what's fake? Both shoes work. You can put them on and walk.
Yup.
That's a whole fact.
Well, now
You
Talking
know?
about
now
it.
you potting, huh?
But but like I just explained this to one of my bros. I was like, but the thing is, we created that status quo of like we ain't copping off no stand.
Polo assassin shits, yeah.
If we never had that, everybody would be in Yeezys and Jordans, and nobody would care where it's from.
Yeah. Some of the more expensive is.
But today, I'm still like that. If somebody walked in my crib, all Gucci'd out, Louis'd out, I don't care where you got that from. That's none of my business.
Facts.
Are you cozy? You comfortable? You look good? All right.
you
Yeah.
ain't checking the tags. You ain't looking at the
Nah,
tags.
nah,
and
I
shit?
ain't doing all
was
that.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that. I feel that.
appreciate
I'm good. Y'all got any other questions? Anyone y'all talk about?
Shit,
Anything
man.
else?
How long we been going for?
Hour and 40.
Oh shit.
Anything else y'all want to talk
bad.
It's
about?
not bad at all. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. I think it's been a pretty shit, man. A very inspiring kind of
That's
conversation.
a
Definitely.
whole fact.
Coming from just artist to artist. I mean, I think we all like do art in some type of ways.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
I definitely just appreciate this conversation and
Me
appreciate
too.
you coming out here. It's
That was a
definitely
great
very
conversation.
inspiring.
Thank you.
I'm definitely looking forward to like checking out what the rest you about to do, the rest of the moves going
Big
on for
facts.
the year. I'm definitely tuned in.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys for tuning on episode 132. I'm about to
No,
fuck
don't
up with
ask
you.
me, don't ask me.
Thank you for tuning in for 132. Thank you, Quan, for being on the pod. You know
No
what I
doubt.
mean?
Thank you for having me here.
So in the end,
no, let me say,
You got it,
at
you
the
got
end,
it,
We
you
always
got it.
give our guests the opportunity to shout out whatever they want to shout out, whatever they have going on. What shout outs you want to give, man?
I'm gonna keep it simple. Always God Almighty. You feel me?
Respect.
My parents, second in line, because without them, I wouldn't be who I am. I truly believe that for a fact. So I give them the utmost respect,
For sure.
especially coming where I come from. So, and the rest of the family, and any friends that know that they my friend. You feel me? That's about it.
I'll say I respect
You
it,
know.
man. Let me get a round of applause for that, Dante. Good round of applause, man.
gotta love that. Gotta love that.
Oh,
So thank everybody listening on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to us and follow us to catch more episodes.
Dante never was all that. He's perpetrating right now.
I'm fucking screaming.
I can't.
Dante's
Come
capping.
on.
The fact that
Let
Karan don't
Karan
think I
live.
know.
Dante, all he did was
Karan,
watch
that's
anime as a kid.
That's
you wasn't watching
crazy. I
fucking
was
TV
watching
like
all
that.
that, bro. Oh my god, man, the Bynes, all them niggas. Come on, man, stop it.
All right, whatever.
All right, we out.